And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 671. Today is Monday, March 1st, 2021, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
Gotta make sure I say that year these days, man. This is crazy. You mess around, forget the year. But what did you say it? 2017, 2019? When did you say it? Top stories of the day. Citigroup, Bitcoin at tipping point as institutions come on board. Google Finance as dedicated crypto tab featuring Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. Rakuten's customers can now use Bitcoin for shopping. And last but not least, musician 3 LAU sells album for $11 million using NFTs. That is right. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what is going on with these crypto prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at the prices for today. Bitcoin at $48,508 is up 9.5% today. Ethereum at 1,538 is up 15.8% today. Cardano at 128 up 5.9%. Binance taking off this morning at $250 is up 22%. Polkadot at 34.90 is up 14.5%. Ripple at 43 cents is up 6%. Litecoin taking off as well at $173 up 9%. Chainlink at 27.10 up 14%. And last but not least, Stellar at 41 cents up 6.4%. Again, flipping Bitcoin Cash for that top 10 spot. So mixture of green and red to start on the weekly, but on the daily, everything's looking pretty good for green. And of course, when we have that big drawdown, it should be expected that we're not going to go down forever. So this bounce back is right on time.
And I mean, we literally just talked about that last week when we were saying, hey, do you really think the price is going to keep dipping 20%, 72 hours, 96 hours straight? And it looks like it is not. It's crazy. Over the weekend, how many people were already calling for the death of Bitcoin? It's like, you all haven't seen these Bitcoin obituaries yet, huh? Bitcoin doesn't die. We multiply, baby. But listen, they were calling for the death of Bitcoin over the weekend. Everybody was in panic. I mean, you really saw the panic too. Once it hit 46, 45, that thing slipped down to 43, 44 real quick. Then I was like, oh, those weak hands. And
all these weak hands.
It's interesting seeing that. And then also, of course, coming back today on a Monday and seeing Michael Saylor actually bought the dip, dollar cost averaging with another $15 million for a Bitcoin buy. So that's crazy to see. He still believes in it. He's moving forward.
Oh, yeah. And I just want to show this real quick. When you said Bitcoin dying, go to 99bitcoins.com. You can view all the Bitcoin obituaries. So far, Bitcoin has died 402 times. The latest death being February 24th. So we still got people saying Bitcoin's dying. So check that out. You can see all the times people said Bitcoin was dead.
Oh, yeah. It's official, too. We're getting big, man. The shadow ban is in full effect today. I am not seeing any comments.
Oh, yeah. They're coming in. They're rolling in. You might have to refresh.
They was like, oh, we're not doing this again. All right. We got 88 people watching now. There we go. I can see the comments from another chat box that just suddenly started working. Listen, I love YouTube some days, and this is one of those days. What's going on, Madam Crypto? Alec G, Tessa Hall, Lucy, Phil G, Kango 26, Edward K, Fumble the Face, Tessa, Blues, Diva, Antonio, Fanteezy, Crypto Key, Tessa, Blues Lover, Leroy Forbes, Crypto Q, Gracie Peroria, Marcella's Love, Madam Crypto, Jiu-Jitsu, Crypto E, Spook the Producer, and Lisa Lee. All right, I got most of everybody so far. Good morning, good morning. What's up, what's up, what's up? Thank you for liking and share. And yeah, I just saw it too. Are you looking at Alec G? Thank you, as well as I forgot who else left a comment. Above Promotions and Alec G, thank you for teaching me how to include sound in the Zoom. Now I do see how to do it. It was actually very simple, and we're going to fix that for you for the next video. Thank you all for letting me know how to do this.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to Black Sunday. He's talking about, I call it tiny hands. That burger's so big, but I have these tiny hands. But I have these small hands.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I love that commercial too.
Oh, man. Oh, I got to give some more shout outs. There's new names I've never seen real quick. Troyce Heath, Yao Nadab Array, T'Challa, Deshaun, Andre, Boost, Yimio, One World Family, Daniel Perez, Rake One Niji, and Fumble the Face and Black Sunday. Again, hello to all. Thank you. Smash that like and share. I'm glad you brought up that Bitcoin obituary article. One other article I want to bring up real quick as we talk price is Dogecoin, people. This is our point when it comes to fundamental analysis and the psychological what is that? What's the psychological chart of trading, whatever what they call it?
Yeah. The psychology of trading, the fundamental analysis.
The
Yeah, it's all
psychology of trading, fundamental analysis, people. Dogecoin, if you didn't know, about 4 weeks ago, developers came back on the scene and was like, "Hey, we're gonna work on Doge. We're gonna make sure it's still working well. We're gonna upgrade it, right?" They actually did that as of recently. Developers went in and released a new core with faster sync speed for Dogecoin. My point of this quick story is that this is the reason why the price should actually pump when it comes to things like Dogecoin. New technology. Did you see a pump in the price reflected today because of this story? No, right? Because people aren't looking at this type of stuff. They're just looking at tweets and the pump and dumps and when all the hype is around it, which is why we say community matters just so much in this market because an entire community, look at Tron, whether the token or the project is legitimate or not, will push its price up. So want to make sure we show this to people who keep saying X, Y, Z is the future, but they never actually tell you why is the future. Like if someone were to come out and say Doge is the future, did you just see that new upgrade it did? I can almost get behind it, but we haven't saw that. So I want to make sure we point this out because the same thing happened with Bitcoin throughout 2018 and 2019. Like new Bitcoin upgrades kept happening, and the price was just nothing was happening. We pumping it with a stick, and nothing was happening. But they kept making upgrades. So again, people, when you're looking at these projects and stuff, sometimes the way people trade into them, sometimes the way people invest in them make zero sense. To me, I saw that this morning. This is a perfect example. If Dogecoin should have been in the news the last year or two, this is the reason why, and we're not hearing anything about it. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, top story of the day. Citi, Bitcoin at tipping point as institutions come on board. Another big name institution want to do that big Bitcoin name drop. What's going on with Citibank?
Oh, yeah. So following up to Citi's report saying that Bitcoin may hit 146,000 this year, they came out with a new report stating that Citi or that Bitcoin could become the currency of choice for international trade. They also stated that Bitcoin is at its tipping point of its existence thanks to large institutional investment and growing regulatory groundwork. Unfortunately for Citi, they are a little bit late as far as their acknowledgement of Bitcoin being able to settle being the currency for international trade. We've been trading for years, baby. We've been having international trade between people I've never met in my life for years. However, with institutional investment, they like to make sure everything is in place from a regulatory standpoint. So I can see why they put that in there. They also call Bitcoin the North Star. I mean, man, how much congratulations and love can you get for Bitcoin from one bank? They said owing its core innovations that form the building blocks that launch the ecosystem. Whether it sees its status to stable coins or CBDCs depends on how it is able to deal with efficiencies relating to speed, scale, and on. I wouldn't worry too much about speed with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still technically faster than Visa, MasterCard, any other payment system because of settlement time. Settlement time is in less than an hour. Usually when you pay for something, they don't settle for 2 or 3 days. That's why it doesn't show up on your bank statement for 2 or 3 days. So settlement times, Bitcoin is already winning, and I don't think CBDCs will replace it. But Citi, they are starting to see Bitcoin is at that tipping point. I believe the same thing. This is a big year.
Yeah, this is definitely a big year. Where it said, it depends on how I was able to deal with inefficiencies relating to speed, scale, and so on. They're saying the CBDCs or the Bitcoin blockchain because again, I don't think Bitcoin's biggest issue isn't from a software technical perspective. People like the most brilliant minds on the planet are working on it. So I don't see the issues coming from a technical perspective. If they're talking about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin blockchain, they may be actually talking about CBDC scaling on this. But as far as the Bitcoin and Bitcoin blockchain go, I think the biggest threat to it are just other humans who is affecting this business, i.e. bankers and government. It has nothing to do, like everything that could be wrong with the technical side. We talked about this on Sunday, Talk Shop Live. We talked about it last week. Like scaling issues are fixable issues. But when you have a person angry because you're cutting into their market share and they're trying to intentionally do things to kill the network, then that's a little different story. I think that's the biggest threat to this network. So we shall see, of course.
Oh yeah, the city
It's
coming through
crazy.
with the hot takes. It's so funny. These banks coming through with these hot takes.
I
Shit
was
we've been
yeah, I
saying
was just about to say
for
that. And I was
years.
just going to say that it's funny seeing them say something. It's like you guys were supposed to be the financial gurus and geniuses out there, and you over here telling people about a possible 200% pump. So what?
So what? Join the big leagues. That's baby
Well,
numbers.
listen, the disrespect we giving these people right now, but again, this is a tipping point to even see. I mean, just 2 years ago, we wouldn't even seen these banks and institutions say anything about Bitcoin, much less promote it. And that has to do with our next story, Google Finance. And I mean, listen, I finally know what it feels like to be scared and to feel bullied, because I'm always hesitant to make my comments about Google, YouTube, and the rest of them. Technically, we indirectly work with them / for them. But I got to talk about this. Google, of course, like I mentioned, Google, YouTube, Twitter at one point, like all the big and Facebook, all the big social media companies and big United States tech companies were anti-Bitcoin. They weren't saying anything, and they went as far. I mean, you talk about 2017, they went as far as to block ads, to block videos, like to just block anything cryptocurrency related. So you can understand, for us being in this space, we found a very interesting time to navigate the space. But again, 3 years later, 4 years later, people forget, new projects start. Google Finance adds dedicated crypto tab featuring Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. Listen,
of course they did. Of course they did.
It took them, hey, but that's my point. It literally took Google 3 to 4 years to do this, but I am happy they did it. I guess that goes to show they can no longer ignore the trend that algorithm pops when that comes to that Bitcoin search. But crypto continues to enter mainstream usage. Google Finance users can now get a quick rundown of the top cryptocurrency prices with just one click. And again, that's big, of course. Google Finance added those crypto prices to the finance.google.com domain. The section titled Crypto now appears in the Compare Markets category alongside conventional stock and currency markets. The section provides key pricing info for various cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Bcash. So for Bitcoin, as they take this over, I just want to point out that for everyone who thinks they have the next best thing and the most amazing project out there, just understand it took Bitcoin 13 years to get named on Google after they already banned it 3 or 4 years ago. So for your next big thing, don't feel bad if everyone kind of not gives you that much attention or shrugs their shoulders, because again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, it was a fight to get them on. So if you really think Google's just going to be willy-nilly adding the next project on, you got another thing coming, and you might want to go back to that roadmap and white paper to let your investors have a more realistic idea what could happen next.
Oh yeah, and you also want to look at some history, because Google was one of the most egregious in banning crypto ads. They banned crypto ads across the board. Nothing. You can't do it. Literally nothing. So them doing that and then coming back later and adding crypto to their tab, which if you want to take a look, I actually pulled it up on Google.
Yeah, but I was pulling it up too. Okay,
yeah, I'll say this is the crypto tab right here. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. They actually banned it. They banned any type of ads. But again, whenever we tell you, when somebody bans something, all they're doing is they need a rest period to figure out what's going on, how to take control, how to benefit from it. And now this is newsworthy because you can get on Google and check crypto prices. So I think they'll expand it even more. I think there will be other projects, but that'll take some time. I mean, this took 3 years just for Bitcoin to get on there. So this is something that's in the making, but shout out to Google for adding it.
No, I'm definitely with you. I can see them doing like, I mean, it'll be hundreds of coins on there. I mean, it will proliferate overnight once it finally does hit. And I'm trying to bring up this old article too. Here it is. Google's decision to ban. I'm just showing you all, like, literally, I'm just doing a DuckDuckGo search, and you can see the first 3 ones. Google Bitcoin ban. Google bans cryptocurrency advertising. Like, folks, we had to live through this as business people in this space. It wasn't easy. I want to point that out. It wasn't easy. Look at that. Google Bitcoin ban. New policy on cryptocurrency is heavy-handed and unethical, says experts. Again, this is Monday, the 4th of June, 2018. That's coming from the Independent. Google bans cryptocurrency advertising. This is from Reuters, March 13, 2018. So again, people, Imagine trying to be YouTube. Everybody's like, well, why don't you guys have 100 million subscribers yet? Yeah, we were shadow banned by Facebook, Google, YouTube, and Twitter at one point in this journey. So that answers the question right there. But again, shout out to Google for finally coming back around. Something that the one thing that we have said live since we started, you told me this when we started. I looked at the white paper and information. I said it. The war has already, people, this war has been over a long time ago. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency won out the moment the white paper was published and someone bought pizza with Bitcoin. Like that is when the war was won. Right now, everything else for the next few years, these are just bloody battles that have to take place. Yes, Bitcoin will lose some of these battles. The mainstream will win some as far as the establishment will win some. But by and large, this war is over, people. Cryptocurrency won. And this is just another example when you wake up on a Monday morning and Citibank's talking about Bitcoin. Google is allowing you to click on tabs. And just last week, JP Morgan said, okay, guys, you can allocate 1%. Like the war is over.
Yeah. We won this a long time ago. We were just waiting for everybody else to realize that it was over. So now everybody's capitulating.
There it is. All right. Rakuten is back in the news. Rakuten's customers can now use Bitcoin for shopping. That is right. What's going on with these Japanese retail giants? Yeah, shout out to Rakuten. Yeah. They've been in the space working. So what's going on with them?
Oh, yeah. So retail giant Rakuten has integrated its crypto wallet with its payment app, enabling consumers to directly load and convert their Bitcoin holdings for use in everyday spending. According to an announcement published February 24th, users are now able to load up their Rakuten Pay accounts with Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ether. And from that point, you can pay for goods within the app. Back in 2019, they had already enabled consumers to convert their Rakuten Group loyalty points to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Now they're adding a deeper integration. And this is what we mean by scaling being a solvable problem. Rakuten didn't start off with an entire suite of cryptocurrencies to buy goods. They started with one. They had a dedicated wallet, and now you can make payments. And then in the future, they'll probably add Lightning. And then, this is what we mean by if the only issue is scaling, then there is no issue, because all you have to do is wait for the technology to catch up, or for people to catch up to the technology, and you'll be fine. So shout out to Rakuten. And this just proves that not only can people who say you can't use it to buy anything, not only is that argument gone, but that argument is decimated at this point, because not only, if you think Rakuten is the last payment app to integrate cryptocurrency, you are sadly mistaken. I'm sure all of them will. PayPal is planning on doing it. Just imagine when you can shop at any business with Bitcoin. Not saying you have to spend it, but if you have a increase in purchasing power, a little extra off of some gains wouldn't be a bad thing to keep that currency circulating.
And again, shout out to them. And I'm glad you brought that up, because to me, that's just the most unintelligent argument when people bring it. Well, you can't do this with it. You can't do that. Well, like whenever somebody says you can't do something with anything, I'm like, well, then figure it out. Like these are all solvable. So like with solutions to all these problems, like I can already tell when some people talk about things you can't do with Bitcoin, what their promotion schedule has looked like or lack thereof. Like I bet they've never been promoted. It's like you haven't taken no initiative in your career, have you? Like you can do whatever you want. So again, shout out, and I appreciate you not fixing that for me. How do you pronounce it?
Rakuten.
Rakuten. Shout out to them for allowing this merchant pay. I can now buy my soju with my Bitcoin, get drunk on my soju, my crypto at the same time when I go travel out there. But seriously, people, this is big news. As Bitcoin said, it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to proliferate. Why? Because anything that people consider value, other people will figure out a way to accept it. And we're starting to see that here. So shout out to that. Some quick comments real quick. What's going on, Chappelle House? Den of Fantasy. Are we going to short if Bitcoin reaches 52K? No.
Don't short the corn.
Yeah.
Don't short the corn. That's all I can tell you.
This is a dangerous time to be doing Bitcoin shorts.
If you were going to short 52K, you should have shorted at 52K.
Yeah, right.
We hit it last week.
What's going on, PFC Wales Trek? Sometimes I read them out loud. I don't know. Like, I'm like, are y'all serious? I hope you're not serious. Like, don't short it right now. Tahid El Amin, what's going on? Fumble the Face said, if you're in the space now, you're still super early. That is true, people. Anybody in the crypto space now is super early still, which is crazy when you think about it. PJ Hall, what's going on? Natasha, Tammy, no blast. I'm just new. Peace. What's going on? Satoshi X. Now we all know that these CEOs feel the personal begs as well with crypto. Let's not just look at the whales. There are a lot of dolphins in the mix eating the leftovers of the whales. That's true, people.
Oh yeah, shout out to the dolphins.
Paradigm Audio said Google and ethics in the same sentence, priceless. That is true. Dark Spirit, Mr. Shrek. Look, everybody talking about Cardano. If you missed our Talk Shop live show yesterday on Sunday, that was our our token of the week?
Coin of the week. Yep.
Yeah. Coin of the week was Cardano. So there it is. Ernst Q said, how can I get into Clubhouse for Bitcoin billionaires? I've been waiting for weeks to get improved.
You got to get invited. Drop your Clubhouse name in here. I'll see if I got any more invites.
So yeah, after the video in the comment section, make sure you drop that Clubhouse name. That's right. Thank you. Oh man, hold on. We about to stop the show. 154 people watching, the 82 likes. Listen, I know y'all driving and trying to click on the YouTube. Stop at the red light. Press the thumbs up button. It takes 3 seconds. All right.
Hit them likes, people. Hit them likes when we start cutting on some terrible music.
There it is. Paradigm Audio said Bitcoin settles in a bit. Monero settles in a minute. Citibank is still days. You know, I was going to bring that up. Actually, I couldn't remember what it was, so I'm glad for that comment. Last week on Friday, I had a business meeting. On the way to the meeting, I'm talking to Antonio, our in-house moderator. You all know Antonio. In the comment section, Antonio was like, hey, we took care of the thumbnails and everything. I'm sending Antonio, we're doing business. I'm sending him some crypto, whatever. And I'm explaining to a gentleman, the guy who got us on our Fox Soul show, which will be tomorrow. On Tuesday, we'll be on the Tammy Mac Late Night Show again. Their producers, so shout out to Derek. I'm teaching them and showing him how crypto works. I'm like, look, this is a guy out in Bali right now that we do business with, and we're able to do business right now as I'm talking to you. So like literally as I'm talking to him, I'm showing him how we're doing business using cryptocurrency, sending it to Bali, another part of the world, within seconds or whatever. And he's just like, wait, that's how it works? I'm like, this is how it works. Like you don't need no one else to send money across the planet anymore. So
you don't need Daddy Bank to approve your allowance.
Exactly. So I wanted to point that out because as we talk about settlements, people, this is what peer-to-peer looks like. This is what using it looks like. Is Bitcoin Zay being in another state, I'm in another state, and we're still doing transactions 5 minutes after the show or 3 minutes before the show, and it happens almost instantaneously. So shout out to the Bitcoin blockchain, people.
Oh man, you know it.
All right, last but not least for the day, musician, and I might be saying, am I saying this wrong? 3 Lau or 3 L?
It's Blau.
Oh, you go ahead and take this over because I'm about to destroy this guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, it's one of those things. It's sort of like the dude's Black, but his name is Six Lack.
I like it. No, it's creative.
It's creative. Yeah, my man Blau, he pops in Clubhouse all the time. So musician Blau sells album for $11 million using NFTs. He's actually made history by selling an entire album as 33 unique NFTs. Woo! This is definitely a new paradigm shift in the NFT world. Simply because somebody as big as Blau has sold 33 non-fungible tokens on Origin Protocol's D-Shop. That's a decentralized marketplace built on the Interplanetary Filing System, otherwise known as IPFS, and Ethereum. It states here the NFT industry is booming, with over 100 million in sales last month alone. While NFTs are usually visual works, Blau has reimagined that by introducing audio. Starting February 25th, buyers were able to bid on one of his 33 NFTs during a 3-day period, and it ended up hitting 11.6 million. Let me tell you something, people. If you think popular musicians are not about to follow the exact same strategy, you are sadly mistaken. And every big executive in the music world, they thought they had it figured out. They was like, all right, we figured out LimeWire.
We stopped Napster.
We stopped Napster.
When we all know not really. We all know they really didn't stop it.
Not really. Y'all didn't really stop it. You just stopped like mainstream Napster, but it's always available forever if you want to. But with NFTs, musicians have now found a way that they can make every single piece of music a NFT. They can make it. They can generate their private keys, make it a one of one, and then they can auction their albums. And the best part is they don't have to do this. They don't have to make 30 albums in their career. 11 million for an album, that's probably more than most artists have gotten for one album. I'd probably say 90% of the industry, because they don't get paid anything off music. They get paid off the deals, off the tours, off of different things that they sell, merchandise. It's not music, but now with NFTs, that's possible. So shout out to Blau. $11 million made in 3 days. If I'm a musician right now, I'm trying to figure out how to NFT everything.
Yeah. So my thing is, I guess, once again, going back to NFTs, how does this work really quick before we wrap? Like, I own a piece of the song, I get profit off it, or I can always listen to this song. I don't know. How does this work for music?
Yeah. So with music, if you purchase the NFT, you get the rights to that music. You can play it. And the only way that somebody else can hear it is if you release it somewhere or put it out. The thing is, if somebody says, I want to own it, they have to buy it from you. They buy it from you. You can up the price from wherever you bought it at auction. You make profit, and so on and so forth. The thing is, whoever originally made that art, they get paid every time it's resold.
Right. So example, the new hit song comes out. The song name, hit new song. We said we're going to put hit new song in a movie, right? Movie's going to pay for it, rights, licensing. Of course, that original artist gets it. But if the movie wants to use it, you having that NFT or that song, you can either break a deal with them or you can actually sell them the NFT.
You're actually going to have to rewrite law to do that. That's how big NFTs are. You're going to have to pay every single time you use somebody's likeness or use somebody's NFT. And then if it has to be negotiated in crypto, what do you think these big industry and media execs have to do? They got to have crypto in order to pay these artists now, because again, this is how the progression of decentralization happens. First, we went digital, and everybody's like, "Oh, we can get anything we want." Regulators came in, clamped it. Then it was like, "Oh, we can NFT it," and now it's the open Wild West again. Now you're gonna have I think Soulja Boy has NFTs, MF Doom, a few other artists as well.
I can't wait until the likes of, could you imagine the Dave Chappelle show was an NFT on the blockchain?
Oh man,
this wouldn't be no beef. Wouldn't be no beef.
Because what's funny? People are like, "Why are people paying $30,000 for a JPEG?" And I'm trying to tell people, I was like, this is just the start. I've talked to people where they have literal footage that people will pay millions for, and they just found out about NFTs. And when they put it out, it's going to do millions. And I don't want to give away too much, but if you could watch a NBA player practice that was in high school right now, I'm not going to say who I'm talking about, but somebody has that footage, and somebody's going to make a lot of money off that NFT. And all I can tell you is it's not going to stop here. High school players, college players, what's going to happen if they start NFTing their workout tapes and selling it to colleges for recruiting?
I can tell you what's going to happen. The government is going to kidnap you first for throwing that idea out publicly, and then they're gonna come get me out because they know I'm down with the business.
Oh man, that's what I'm saying. Like it's unstoppable. So NFTs is really this explosion of innovation that people don't realize yet. Of course, there are some NFTs that are like, why would you pay that? But that's how open industries work, open finances. Can't wait to see it. Shout out to Blau.
There it is. Shout out to Blau. I had a feeling. I was like, I just have a feeling I'm saying this all wrong. Shout out to him in doing that. I mean, this is pretty cool to see. Yeah, people are talking about different artists right now. MC Hammer was on the channel talking NFTs. Waiting till Ryan Leslie gets on this. I like Ryan Leslie. Whatever happened to him, I like his music. Fumble the Faces revolutionizing the music industry. Crazy. Commandment said this is what Nipsey was trying to do. Yep. Yeah. Wu-Tang was ahead of their time, would have made more than NFT, said Mon F. This is crazy, but yeah, this will be the future. So can't wait to see how this thing takes off. And I see people talking about Napster and LimeWire. I was laughing at that. Listen, people, I'm one of those people, I never knew we got off it.
You're like, oh, everybody stop.
I got my computer in 90s. I'm dating my age right now. I got my computer in the late 90s, people. I didn't know we was what. I'm a cypherpunk for real on the low. All right. Other than that, that is the show for today. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like and share. Bitcoin, you have any news?
No news for this week. Watch us on Talk Shop Live on Sundays at 6 p.m. Thank you to everybody who joined us this week and last. We're definitely getting it going. Deep market analysis. And again, we have our coin of the week, trend of the week, dino of the day, deep analysis of different coins, as well as top stories of the week. And we'll start having merch giveaways, book giveaways, and other things as well, and interviews as well. So make sure you join us Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern, Talk Shop Live.
Yes, and thank you for all those comments too. We do check the comments, so keep leaving those as well. Leave those names, those clubhouse names, to see if we can try to get you in that group. And you are going on live today for that, Bitcoin Zay?
Yep, I'll be on at 11 with the Black Bitcoin Billionaires, the Genesis block. And you jumping on, King?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on as well.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we'll jump.
Though I'm not saying anything unless you need me.
I got you. Yeah, jumping on at 11 Genesis block. Yeah, we'll be answering any questions, giving away Bitcoin, giving away Satoshis. We got millions of Satoshis to give away, so jump on there. And I just want to say, big hand for the all-time high. Our all-time high of viewers, 231. We break the all-time high every day now. Let's go. 231. So we should have at least 200 likes before we jump off. Thank you for everybody who's watching the show. Hopefully get up to 300.
Real quick, I cannot wait for the day on, like, whether it's Fox News or whoever is covering us, and they introduce you. Bitcoin say King Blessed and their crypto warrior army. Navy has almost 100,000 crypto warriors and 1 million. I mean, you're talking about dictating the market. You go talk to these warriors, and they're worse than Wall Street bets out there. All right, we need to build this up, people, so that when we say a coin, when we say something that you all are interested in, that you all believe in, that we can make sure we have the CEO, we can talk to them, your money's safe, everything works out, project takes off, and you all look like the geniuses you are. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash a like and share, and we will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers.